Today marks the World International Women's Day. It's a time to celebrate women's achievements and reflect on the struggles to realize women's rights across the world. In Africa, the continent has recorded significant progress in pushing for change. This year, it celebrates one of its own, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, as the Director General of the World Trade Organization. The 66-year-old is the first woman and the first African to occupy the position. The Harvard-educated development economist hails from Nigeria. Her position at the financial institution has inspired many women on the continent to take up global leadership roles. Now, despite such achievements, studies show that Africa still lags behind other regions on progress towards gender parity. We spoke to Dr. Wanjiru Kamau about how the continent can forge a gender-equal region. She is the Director at African Women in Agricultural Research and Development.
COVID has indeed actually probably is shaping the ways that we are marking this year's International Women's Day. And with the benefit of almost 1 year of being in a pandemic, we have also been able to see some of the ways that this pandemic has had seriously gendered impacts on our societies. When you look at, for example, the number of women, we know that it is proportionately more women have lost their jobs during COVID because of the industries where women tend to be clustered around, the care industry around. When you think about hotels and in restaurants and the kinds of institutions that shut down, tend to heavily employ women. We also then know that women represent a majority of our nursing staff. The people who are at the front lines trying to keep us safe, trying to keep us healthy, have mostly been women. And so there's been an impact there. And then in the agricultural sector where I work and where my work at Award is located, we know that COVID and this pandemic has made worse the challenges that and the gender gaps that have been existing in the agricultural sector. We know that women are overrepresented when it comes to agricultural production, but underrepresented when it comes to more higher value parts of the agricultural value chains. And this pandemic has made those inequalities that much worse when you have lockdowns that make it difficult to move food from rural spaces where it is produced into urban spaces where it is urgently needed, when you have mothers unable to feed their children in urban spaces because the food that they rely on, much needed food, isn't making it into cities or is making it into cities at much higher prices, yet a lot of women have lost their jobs. So it's an important day to mark, but I think it's also one that we mark recognizing the amount of work that is yet to go, that we have yet to do.